You ever look at a river and think, damn, that looks peaceful? Yeah. Well, some of those calm waters are actually death traps in disguise. I've been deep diving into some of the world's nastiest, most unforgiving rivers, and today we're ranking the top 5 deadliest rivers on this planet. From killer currents to flesh-eating monsters hiding beneath the surface, these rivers make the ocean look like a kiddie pool. Let's get into it. The Congo River slices through Central Africa, running 4,700 kilometers through countries like the Democratic Republic of Congo and the Republic of Congo. It holds the title of the world's deepest river, reaching depths over 220 meters. But you won't care about the stats once you see what's actually inside. Nile crocodiles dominate the banks, 5-meter-long reptiles built for ambush and death rolls. Fishermen disappear without a trace. Hippos are just as feared, known to overturn boats and crush victims with insane jaw power. In this river, they're not just common, they're territorial, aggressive, and everywhere. Below the surface, it's chaos. African tigerfish tear through smaller fish with fangs that wouldn't look out of place on a barracuda. They're fast, mean, and known to bite humans. Electric knife fish swim these waters too, capable of blasting out painful, disorienting shocks. The river also holds giant catfish, rumored to eat birds and mammals. Add in swarms of mosquitoes, blood-borne parasites, and pitch-black water, and the Congo becomes something more than just a river. It's a gauntlet of predators that eat first and ask no questions. The Yellow River flows across northern China for 5,464 kilometers, cutting through mountains, farmland, and massive population centers. It's infamous for flooding and erosion, but down in the water is a more hidden kind of danger, one with teeth, venom, and scales. Yellowhead catfish dominate the muddy depths. These things grow over a meter long and feed on anything small enough to fit in their mouths, from crustaceans to ducklings. Locals say some catfish are aggressive enough to chase off swimmers. Near the shores, Chinese water snakes slither silently. Some are venomous, but even the non-venomous ones will strike fast if disturbed. Pollution has turned parts of the river into a weird experiment. Mutated fish, warped by years of chemical waste, have been reported by fishermen, some with burns, odd growths, or extreme aggression. Occasionally, people spot alligator gar, an invasive predator with armor-like scales and a snout full of sharp teeth. Soft-shell turtles lie buried in the sediment, waiting to snap at passing prey. Their bite is no joke, strong enough to crush bone. Top it all off with poor visibility and fast currents, and you're left with a brown, silent threat. The Yellow River doesn't roar, it waits. The Amazon River snakes across South America for over 6,400 kilometers, slicing through the rainforest like a living artery. It's not just the largest river by volume, it's the most biologically packed one on the planet. And what's living in there? Straight-up monsters. Red-bellied piranhas swarm in huge groups. If the water level drops or blood hits the surface, they go feral. Their jaws can strip a carcass in minutes. Then there's the green anaconda, the heaviest snake on Earth. It ambushes prey underwater, crushes them with its coils, and swallows them whole. No one wins against an anaconda in the river. The Amazon also has bull sharks, massive predators that swam in from the Atlantic and adapted to freshwater. They're fast, territorial, and rarely seen before they strike. Electric eels live here too, packing enough voltage to knock out larger animals, and even kill if the shock is sustained underwater. If that wasn't enough, you've got stingrays buried in the sand, barbed tails loaded with venom that causes searing pain. And yeah, the candiru is real, a tiny parasitic fish known for entering body openings. It doesn't kill, it just ruins lives. And yes, he can enter those holes as well. Swimming here isn't just dangerous, it's reckless. The Nile stretches over 6,650 kilometers across northeastern Africa, flowing through 11 countries including Egypt, Sudan, and Uganda. It's the longest river in the world, and one of the most treacherous. Not because it floods, but because of what lurks beneath the surface. First up, Nile crocodiles. These reptiles are built like tanks, often topping 5 meters in length. They ambush without warning, dragging prey underwater in seconds. Stories of attacks aren't rare, they're part of everyday life in Nile communities. Hippos rule the shallow zones. Their jaws can snap a human in half, and they'll charge boats just for getting too close. They're unpredictable, territorial, and kill more people annually than any other African animal. Lurking deeper, you've got African sharp-toothed catfish, big, aggressive, and fast. They don't target humans, but if you're in the wrong place during feeding time, things can get messy. And don't forget the snakes. Puff adders, cobras, and other venomous species are drawn to the lush banks where people fish, bathe, and wash clothes. Beyond the predators, parasitic worms like schistosomiasis enter through the skin and slowly wreck your organs. The Nile doesn't need a flood to kill. Its wildlife does the job just fine. The Ganges flows for 2,525 kilometers across India and Bangladesh. It's sacred to millions and central to religious life, but under the surface, it's a biological minefield. This river doesn't just pose spiritual risk, it's a breeding ground for infection, parasites, and scavengers. Ganges River dolphins are the most iconic species here, blind, rare, and known to bump into swimmers and boats. But it's the scavengers that make this river truly unsettling. Giant catfish lurk near cremation sites and are known to feed on human remains. They can grow over 2 meters and weigh more than 100 kilograms. Snapping turtles also haunt these waters, feasting on decomposing flesh and carrying powerful jaws. Water snakes patrol the shallows, some venomous, others just angry and quick to bite. Near industrial zones, people have caught fish with burns, tumors, and abnormal behavior. Pollution mutates the wildlife in disturbing ways. There are rare reports of Ganges sharks, a freshwater species that's almost mythical now but feared historically for attacking people near river mouths. Add a soup of cholera, dysentery, hepatitis, and parasites that enter through cuts, and this sacred river becomes a slow-moving death trap. You don't just risk drowning here, you risk walking out infected, sick, or not in one piece. These rivers might look calm from the surface, but they're teeming with chaos underneath. Whether it's crocs, parasites, mutated fish, or straight-up shark invasions, the deadliest rivers earn their rep. If you made it this far, drop a like, hit that sub, and let me know what should I rank next.